Hey, I just did a skate review. I thought I would do a wheel review while I'm here. Most of the wheels haven't really changed, but I've had a little more time with a lot of them. I use these for outdoor. These are the Radar Energy 57 millimeter. I was using 62 at the beginning for trail skating, etc., but I really do like dancing a lot on skates, and the bigger the wheel, the harder that is to do. I honestly don't even love these even on outdoor stuff, although most of my other wheels wouldn't work at all on outdoor stuff. But because I'm so used to a harder wheel, these just feel very gummy and sticky, and so it's just not as enjoyable for what I like to do with skating, which is a lot more intricate movements and spins and just all types of dancey stuff, and the bigger wheels don't allow for that as much. But if I'm going to be skating outdoors and more like a trail skate or some really rough asphalt or something where there's just a lot of sticks and stones, etc. I mean, for the most part now, I don't even do that type of skating because it's not that fun to me. But if it just so happens that that's the kind of skating and it's more for a social thing or something, then I'll use these Radar 57s. I did use them recently in California to go around a neighborhood, just to be on the sidewalk or be in the street, and no other wheels would have worked because there were just too many little debris things in the road that I would have gotten tripped up on, that these can roll right over or make the stones kind of boom, boom out of the way, But that really is just for more forward, backward skating. It's not really for all that much fancy dancing and stuff. So these are the Radar Crush wheels, which I've been quite a fan of. I first had the lavender ones. The lavender ones are an 84 durometer, so softer than these. These are an 88 durometer, so not that much different. These are a 48 millimeter, so quite little. There's really rarely any wheels that are this small, and these are made specifically for outdoor dance skating. I started with the lavender ones because I was new to skating, and I was mostly skating on a white pavement, like sidewalk material parking lot. And I mean, at first I was more nervous to have a harder wheel because I was new to skating. But as I started skating more, the purple ones kind of wore out within a year and they got much more sticky. So when I decided to get new ones, I moved on to these. Now I have to say, even when I switched to the lavender to this size of a wheel, I noticed instantly how much better I felt as a skater. I could have so much better mobility and movement for things like crazy legs and spins. Everything felt so much better. I became an instant fan of a smaller wheel. So when I needed new ones a year later, the other ones were worn out, I got the green ones, or sea green or something like that they're called. And these are a little bit harder. And for a long time, I also used them at the rink because the rink was very slippery and they worked really well. But once I started to get more and more skilled and less scared of falling and less scared of dealing with little cracks and just better balance and better recovery, like quick responding to things under me, which just happens naturally as you skate more and more, I felt like it might be time to get a harder wheel. And I had been eyeing Vanathanes for a long time. Vanathane isn't made anymore in the original vintage way because as far as I can tell and what I've heard from other people is that they have asbestos in them. So they are not legal to make anymore for health reasons and safety in factories, etc. So they do make a Vanathane type wheel, but it is not the original material, which seems to hold up, from what I've heard, way better than the newer kinds that are made that are that material. So I got these on eBay. I think that they were around $70 or $80 for the set. They have some cracks. I mean, they're really dirty right now. They get dirty so easily. I mean, these have been on the same types of surfaces, but they just don't hold dirt in the same way that these do, I imagine, because of the material. Most wheels like these and these, they're all under a certain scale. Like you see an A after the durometer usually, and these are not in an A category. So they might be like 104 durometer or something like that, but you can't really compare it to an A class because it's just not the same material. So it just has a different feeling, a different kind of slide, a different kind of durability. I mean, they're hard. Like if I skate in a bedroom or something and there's somebody underneath, it is really loud because they are a hard wheel. Like I can do this in a bedroom and yes, you might be able to hear it from below, but not to the same level at all as these. So I really have to use these in very specific places. Like I use these in the rink for sure. I use them sometimes on a very smooth garage type surface. I do really like how hard they are and how much glide I have. I had never really experienced that before. Being able to really glide and do really slidey type of moves, which I'm very interested in. These are also only a little bit bigger than these. I really wanted to stay with something very close to this size. I think these were like a 51 millimeter. These are the 48. So I really don't like to go above 52 now because I'm so used to that type of size. And because I have the washers and everything, and there's enough clearance with an Arius plate. A lot of people talk about if you get a different plate, you're not gonna have enough clearance with a small wheel. So that was pretty important to me to be able to continue to use small wheels. These really require that you are over your weight-bearing leg. If you are not on top stacked of that leg, you will slide out in very curious ways that you don't always see coming, which I think is just part of the nature of the beast with this type of wheel and why people like it, because you have that ability to really slide. But that is something that happens as you get harder and harder wheels. You have to just learn the new ways to play with them. And now when I go back to these, they feel so forgiving. Like if I am messing up or I'm kind of not immediately stacked above myself, it's kind of okay because I can catch myself with these. They really stick, and they used to not feel that sticky to me, but now in comparison, it's just sort of as you progress and as you try new things and you want different things within your dance skating and you want to slide in certain kinds of ways, this just is limited, you know. But these are still really great for so many different types of surfaces. It's just like maybe if I'm trying a new move, it would be better to use these because I would have a lot of support if I started to fall or something, whereas these just kind of will slide out from under you as you're getting your bearings, etc. So I do also just want to suggest, like I use one of these for my bearings. I am switching my wheels a certain amount, and this just makes it easier. Like I at first was using my axles to get the wheels out, and I just don't think that's good for the axles. And it's so much easier than having like a press in your house. So I do recommend one of these simple bearing tools. Anyway, that's it. Let me know if you have any questions about wheels. I'm considering getting some Domino's wheels at some point for certain applications, like not so smooth outdoor pavement, to have a little bit of a harder wheel, but to not ruin the Vanathanes. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Bye.